Hey there guys, you remember this FreeSea filter that we've been doing a couple videos on? Well, here's another video, and this one should be just as interesting as the last two. Pretty happy with this little filter, but I decided to upgrade all of my filtration on my bigger tanks, and so now I have this little FreeSea that I don't know what to do with. And then I got to thinking, that might go good to clean up the little shrimp tank a little bit, but I don't want it as a hang on the back filter because the pipes are going to be way too long for a 5-gallon. So we're going to take this hang on the back off and we're going to turn it into a standalone canister filter with hoses. Now I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to do it, so it should be entertaining for you to see how I figure this thing out. Let's start modding. Alright, pretty simple here. What I do believe I'm going to do is you could just put the pipes on here and maybe a little clamp or a zip tie, something like that, but you would not have flow control. And with a shrimp tank, I want flow control. So I think we're actually going to hack this up. In here, we have our little controller that will control the flow. And we know that this sits real nice in here. And also makes it easy to do water changes and stuff because this pipe just comes right off. So I'm gonna hack this pipe here because our tube fits real nice over that. And then we'll have our flow control, and then we'll have just hoses coming out like a canister filter. Pretty simple stuff. Now there's a little more to it because once the hose comes off of here, we need to be able to get it into the aquarium. So I got these guys here, which will make essentially a U that we can hang on the back. And then we'll have to connect to like our little flow pipes, or maybe we'll use the lily pipe for this. And we have to figure out how to get this thing shorter because it needs to be able to fit into the aquarium. And the pipes that come with it are just way too long once you get everything all connected. You guys have seen this filter, you know what I'm talking about. But by the time you get everything connected, it's just way too long. I'd love to try and have the skimmer somehow incorporated into this. So I'm going to play around with some things, and then this should be a pretty short little video just kind of updating you as I figure out what I'm doing. Next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and load up the canister the way that I want to load it up. Okay, first thing I want to do is if I'm going to do this, we need to do it right, and I want to incorporate the skimmer. Whoa, 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 stop the video, hang on a second here. You want to put a skimmer on a shrimp tank? Are you stupid? Yeah, I was, and I'll admit to it. I did actually end up sucking up a couple of shrimp, and I saw them like swimming around down in the filter. Thank God the FreeSea filter is a clear canister, and I realized my mistake, and I could check it with a flashlight and went, oh crap, that's not good. So yeah, I screwed up. I don't know what I was thinking. I'm gonna leave that skimmer part in the video here and the rest of building the skimmer in the video because you may be doing this for a non-shrimp or fry tank and maybe you do want the skimmer. So I have corrected it since then and you'll see it in other videos probably later on. We just have the intake pipe now, and we even put a sponge pre-filter protector thing on the bottom of that intake pipe. So yeah, real life, real YouTube. Let's get back to the video. If I go to put this in the aquarium, you will see kind of how far down I have to go before the skimmer starts to float. That does not leave us much room for this intake pipe here. So we're going to have to shorten a couple things. I think the first thing we're going to do is shorten this intake pipe. And we won't be able to use the connectors that normally come here because it's just going to be way too long. But I have some of this 5/8 inside diameter tubing, and it fits real nice over this hose. So I think what we can do, cut the pipe here, and then we can use this as like a little connector. So I'm going to do that first, and then I'm going to check and see on the depth how we are sitting in the tank, and if need be, we're going to start cutting the skimmer side of it too, which I might do. And we might even cut this pipe. Not sure yet. We'll figure it out. Now I'm not going to show you the cutting process and all of that. Y'all know how to use a hacksaw. That's all I'm doing to cut this stuff up. So once I get it figured out, I'll give you an update. Alright, so here's the cutting mods. We took this connector here that goes onto the filter and we just shortened them up so that we still have our quick disconnect and, it screws down and everything's good to go. But now we just have a little nub right here instead of the big long kind of elbow. And then we made new elbows here. So let's start with the easy one actually. So I cut off this elbow, which essentially would have looked like this originally from the hang-on back. And I took one of these reducing elbows and it fits pretty darn tight in there. So I think it's going to be waterproof just that way, but we're going to set it up on this side of the aquarium to test. And if it leaks, I'll just put some super glue around there and we'll make this permanent. But I cut this so that it would fit over the aquarium like this. So you kind of have like your own little lily pipe going on here. And it's not perfect, but once we get a rubber hose on here, that will squeeze on there just nice and tight. I've already tested it. Now let's talk about the complicated one here, and I'm going to move you actually over to a wall where you have a better background. Okay, hopefully you can see this a little better. Step one, we shortened our intake pipe and used just a little piece of this tubing here. This is underwater, so it doesn't have to be like some, crazy watertight seal. Just has to hold the two pieces together so that it sucks through here, the path of least resistance. All right, and then here we have our skimmer. Now our skimmer used to be really long. Both pieces were double the length, kind of like this here. And that just was not going to work out for skimming the way I wanted on the shorter setup here. So we cut both those in half, and now our skimmer is half the distance. It's shortened. This here, I went ahead and made this adjustable so that I can still slide this up and down. I cut both of these pieces, the inner tube and the outer tube, cut those about in half as well. And I had to re-notch this tube in here for the O-ring. You can maybe see the O-ring in there. So now we still have a watertight but adjustable height for our skimmer and, the depth of our intake tube. Alright, so essentially all we're going to do is this tube's going to go in here, which again fits pretty tight. It shouldn't leak. This is just some clear tubing that's at 5/8 inside diameter. And then it's going to go on here like so. Now obviously this is just a test piece to kind of show you how it's going to go. Okay guys, I have the filter down on the bottom here, bottom shelf. I was going to put it up here, but it's just too high and these hoses are kind of stiff, so you really couldn't get it to do it properly. Now I hope it has enough head height to pump this water up. We're about to find out here. What I did was I installed another elbow here. These may leak, I'm not sure. We'll find out here in just a second. But I installed another elbow here to kind of make this a right angle so it goes up. Well, you see, I don't know why I'm explaining it. You see how it is. So now what we're going to do, we've already got it primed up. I'm going to set the camera up. We're going to plug it in and see how many places this thing leaks and where we got to seal it up. Okay, let's see if it'll even prime itself up here. Look at that. It does have enough head height. I'm impressed that it could push the water all the way up here. Okay, it's taken it a little while, but it's actually self-priming. Over time, it's worked its way up. We're almost 100% full here. And you know what? I don't see up here. I have one leak here because I keep drying this up. Yep, there's the drip. There we are. One little drip here. So for safety, I think we're going to super glue both of these. Maybe I'll even silicone them. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we are dripping here from this one. This guy over here, this connection seems to be just fine. But, we'll glue it just to be safe anyway. These are going to stay 90 degrees permanent anyway, so I'll probably super glue them in. These connections don't need a zip tie here. They're fine on these hoses. And up here it looks fine as well. I'd like to not have to super glue these in here, just because I'd like to be able to take them apart for cleaning. So hopefully they'll be okay. This is an easy one to monitor anyway. It's on top of the tank. Look, we're fully primed here. And outflow is pretty good. I probably won't be able to show you. No. But It's a little less than what the filter normally puts out. And we have a, you know, a wider or a larger diameter pipe here, tubing, and that slows the Venturi effect down. So it's fine though, because this is a shrimp tank and I want a gentler circulation. And it looks to be really, guys, about perfect. I think if I put the spray bar on there, I can get more circulation, which I may or may not do. We'll see. But we do have this drip here. Well, we'll have to fix this drip. So I'm going to glue that stuff and do my final install, and we'll be back for an outro real quick. But in the meantime, think about what you're thinking here. Some thoughts for the comment section. All right, look at that, guys. We've got our skimmer going over here on this side, and our outflow, you can't see, there you go, outflows over here. Got our CO2 right in front of it, so we're blowing bubbles all over the place here. Looks like we're gonna be good. There's a decent amount of flow, but not too much that the shrimp are getting blown around all over the place. So I think we're gonna be pretty good. Come around the back of the cabinet here. Oh, we need a flashlight. Okay, so you can see I've just got it set right here in the back, and then going up here to our homemade lily pipes. So not a bad little project. I mean, could I have probably just done the hang on the back? Maybe. It is pretty wide, so it'd be really hard to fit it here with the light. I just wanted to try and play around and, you know, do something cool, make a video for you guys. And, you know, if it didn't work out, no big deal. I can always take all that apart, just put the hoses right on the filter and buy some of the lily pipes. But I had a blast doing it, and I hope you had a blast watching it. And there you have it, guys. More action from the old FreeSea filter. We're just gonna keep doing content with this thing until I blow it up or something, but seems like a little powerhouse so far. We'll see how this gets along here, you know, how the flow is, if it really is filtering, if we have any issues with the tank, stuff like that. We just had a sponge filter in there before, so we'll see if this is better filtration or the same or whatever. I just like to play around, guys, so if you enjoyed this video, you can hit the thumbs up button there. If you want to get your own FreeSea filter, I'll leave a affiliate link down there in the description for you as well. You can grab one on Amazon. They're $34.99, but I think there's like a $3 coupon or something right now, so like $32.99. But anyway, they seem to be a cool little filter, and they're super customizable. So we will see you guys on the next mod video or whatever the heck I come up with. And if you enjoy all this crazy content, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Brand new channel, we're trying to grow. So appreciate that sub, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.